Hey guys, what's up? Murder of Birds here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are back with another episode of Frieren Beyond Journey's End with episode 5. This is going to be my reaction to it. And I have just a couple of things that I want to relay to you guys before we jump into the reaction itself and the post discussion and all of that. So at the time of recording right now, my episode 1 reaction has gone up on my YouTube channel. And obviously the episodes are available for early access on Patreon. And I want to give a very big thank you, a heartwarming thank you to everyone that left kind and thoughtful comments for the episode 1, my first reaction into like a fantasy genre of Frieren. A lot of people were really eager to see my reactions and my emotions and hear my thoughts more than anything as I was watching episode 1, giving my thoughts after the fact. And a lot of you resonated with it, and it really kind of set me at ease after the episode went up and I saw a bunch of people watching, a lot of support on Patreon for the episodes as well, which really helps me out a lot as a content creator. So I appreciate all of you guys who are watching, who are eager to see my journey through season 1. I think they actually announced recently that season 2 is confirmed for next year. So finishing off season 1, hopefully next year for season 2, I'll be able to watch this as soon as possible, like week to week, along with everybody else. But I'm just really happy that all of you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts and my theories and speculations and my own personal experiences of like my past with my friends and memories and stuff like that, and having a lot of introspection with watching episode 1, correlating like Frieren's life and her journey and the experiences she had with my own and how it kind of relates to watching this episode, or watching the anime, I should say. Pausing and giving my thoughts so I don't miss anything was another thing that you guys were really adamant about making sure that I continue doing. It's like, hey, if you have a thought, pause, reflect, you know, share your opinion, and then pick up where you left off. Obviously, we talk about the thing, you know, we talk about the episodes at the end of the episode as well, like we talk about it in the post discussion. But I know there were some people that were mentioning like, oh, it's a little disconnect. It disconnects from the reaction if you're pausing and commenting. But I also feel like if I'm talking over things, there's more likelihood that I miss something that might be crucial or might come up or might be relevant down the line. So, or even like rewinding certain things. So I feel like the majority of people were kind of vibing with episode 1. And for episodes 2, 3, and 4, obviously, if you're watching this, you've already seen them. That's kind of the trend that I did because I watched episode 1 through 4. I think I watched them like back to back at this point. So obviously I'm going to be keeping the trend going. I'm going to keep the format as is with the limited footage and just obviously pausing and giving my thoughts in the moment, progressing, and then giving a post discussion as well. Obviously, full-length reactions are up on Patreon if you guys want to support the content there. But I just wanted to generally just get on here and say thank you so much. The episodes are a bit distant from where you guys are seeing them on YouTube to when I'm recording, and probably after this episode I'll probably be progressing onward from here, getting a little bit further. But I wanted to at least reflect. I wanted the episodes to go up on YouTube, and I wanted to have like a point where I can like reflect, hey guys, I'm seeing your comments now, because some of my videos like One Piece, I'm not really like active in the comments because of spoilers. And so mostly, like, or more than anything, I just want to let you guys know, hey, I see your comments. I'm reading your comments. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate y'all's support. I'm excited that you guys are looking forward to getting another person's perspective and take on Frieren. And I just hope you guys enjoy the journey as we continue to go on and see it through to the end of season 1 and hopefully season 2 next year. But yeah, that's everything that I just wanted to say. I've seen your feedback. I've read it. I've taken into consideration. Things will be kind of progressing as such. I'll give my genuine thoughts in the moment, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, you guys can leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. You guys can get these videos 1-2 weeks early over on patreon.com/murderofbirds. And yeah, we're getting into episode 5. Very excited. So without further ado, let us begin. So we're about to start episode 5 of Frieren. I did skip the intro, but the first couple of minutes was basically a recap of the last episode. And it seems like this is the first episode that is going to begin a new 10-year journey with Frieren, Fern, I think the red-haired kid from the intro, and going on this new 10-year journey to make it to the northern continent of End, to reach the place where souls rest, for Frieren to basically have a second shot at communicating with Himmel in the afterlife, and maybe getting through some of her regrets and past grievances and things that were left unsaid for her, especially with his situation of never really being able to express or really show appreciation for the humans that she was on this 10-year journey with, like was, you know, based on some of the interactions and flashbacks of the last episode. And so I'm very excited because I know this episode, or this season rather, goes into like, I think it's like 27 or 28 episodes or something like that. There is a season 2, so I don't think the journey is necessarily going to end here. I don't know how far we're going to make it in season 1 before season 2 happens. I don't know where season 1 leaves off, or if we're going to make it to end. Is she going to see Himmel? You know, does the afterlife, you know, heaven essentially on Earth exist? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm really excited for the journey. I love these interstitial like flashback scenes with Himmel the hero and everybody else from Frieren's past, but I'm also excited to see how she's going to nurture and cherish the moments that she has in the present with Fern, especially because Fern is one of the kind of new age partners that she has, right? I think it's going to be Frieren, Fern, the new boy, I think is going to be in a future episode. And then I don't know how many other people are going to join her party, but the previous party was 4 people. So I don't know how much of a parallel there's going to be from her previous adventures with Himmel the hero and company versus now with her as the main party leader. But I'm just really excited to see how she develops, how she evolves and grows, and more importantly, learns from the past of the things that she took for granted and the things that she is now living with a bit of that regret. I think deep down, she hasn't really expressed it, but through her actions of the things that she's doing differently for Fern that she never really used to do for Himmel or Heiter or Eisen. You know, even though Eisen's like a long living species, it's still, you know, the principle of the matter. She's definitely learning more about humans and learning more about the depth of friendship and togetherness because of the fact that death comes for everyone at different phases and at different points in their life. And given the fact that she's probably lived 1,000 years based on the last episode with Flamme, it's very clear why 10 years seems like a drop in the bucket for her. So very excited to see where the episodes go. I really hope you guys enjoy my thoughts as we continue on. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and we're going to begin. Alrighty guys, we're going to be getting into Frieren with episode 5 titled Phantoms of the Dead. Very interested to see what this is going to be, or what this is going to entail. And without further ado, we're going to be starting this in 3, 2, 1, now. Oh my god, don't, please. Oh no, I don't have tissues, I forgot. Oh my god, don't scare the poor girl. You corrupt priest. Aww. Oh man, it's already... God damn it. Such a great character, man. Such a great anime. I can't believe I'm already like this emotionally attached to the past. And it's only been 4 episodes. Oh man. This is gonna be rough, guys. If I'm already in it like this, I feel like the end of this is gonna kill me. All right, let's see. 28 years after the death, 28 years after the death of Himmel the hero in the Willy region located in the Central Land. So she did say she's got to go through this region, and then she's got to go through a canyon, and then reach the northern continent border or something like that in the last episode. So yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Heiter, Himmel, you guys were goated, man. I swear to God. I love them. I love these two as well. Like, these two are like... they're like the modern day reflections of those characters. Oh, a bunch of people have gone missing. Go! Oh, damn! Oh my god, was Heiter not joking? He's like, if you're not a good girl, you'll get taken by ghosts. Oh! People saw the ghosts of dead family and acquaintances that appeared in... Oh, God. This isn't the work of the undead? Yeah, I feel like Frieren might know what's going on here. Ah. Yep. The undead are controlled by magic. Sheesh. This is the work of a completely different... This sounds like necromancy, maybe. Or like resurrection or reanimation or something. Damn, Frieren knows her stuff. I would have been like, oh, this place is cursed or something. Yeah, we gotta be good people, Frieren. We gotta help people a lot. Yeah, you sound like Himmel. Unlike you, I'm a good girl. Okay. Yeah, we gotta offer our assistances where we can. I like that. Oh, okay, so this is where it's happening. I wonder if it's gonna be like a confrontational thing, or if it's like, is somebody doing this to keep the dead around, or... Yeah, allusions to Lord Prey. Yeah, that's another one too. Einsam. It is especially crafty and greedy monster that consumes only human. Oh. So they lure people in with their dead family members, and then what, they eat them? That's crazy. Yo, this world is so interesting with all of these different types of monsters, and even like monsters can use magic. I shot a phantom of my master begging for her life. Oh god. But I was used to hearing her beg. Oh my god. So you might get an illusion of Heiter, but you can't let that dissuade you. Like, don't be fooled by the trickery, because that's preying on your emotions. Be on your guard. No, don't do this. I hate this place. I hate this magic. God. No, because this is literally what he would say to her. Is this the actual Heiter though? Oh my god, I'm actually getting tricked. Wow. Yeah, obviously it's a first time for her. This fucking forest, get out. Yeah. It's gonna be Himmel because things are different now. Yeah, that means you've changed, yes. You've started probably regretting it now. Yeah, he probably would be like, Frieren, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in this magic nonsense. You know I'm not alive. Wow! Guys, I would have been dead. I would have been cooked. Are you kidding me? My ass would have been cooked in this moment because I almost fell for it. That is scary. Okay, so it was a demon eating people and using that magic. That is wild. I need to unfog my glasses over here. I need to keep a sharp eye. Oh, did she mention Heiter as well? Hold on, let me back up. Let's go see the real Heiter now. After all, we're trying to reach Oriel. Oh my god, that is true. You know, if the corrupt priest got a passage into heaven, I feel like his last act definitely would have given him that. Okay, wow, we're in the canyon now. All right, 28 years after the death of Himmel the hero in Rigel Canyon, located at the Central Lands. Okay, so we are schmoving. So they've made it to two of the main areas that they mentioned in the last episode. A dragon? Dude, this is so cool! Dragons too! Oh, okay, I'm sure that has some spells in it that she wants. Yeah, you do love your grimoires. It's a solar dragon. Sheesh, that looks sick. That looks really cool. How the hell are they gonna are you gonna challenge a dragon like that? Oh! Oh, its scales deflected it. And it's awake. I love how Frieren's hiding behind the tree. Yeah, get the hell out of there. Are you kidding me? Oh, my days. Run, girl. What are you doing? I love how Frieren's like, I'm just chilling behind this tree. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you gotta start small. You gotta deal with humans and work your way up to dragons. We need a dragon slayer. I wonder when that guy's gonna get added to the party. Oh, okay. We're gonna get another party member. Oh, Stark. Pick him up on your way to the northern land. Yo, okay. His apprentice. Oh, that's why he's in the intro with Ison. The young squire. I'm so excited. Oh, this is exciting. A spell that lets you... Oh! Nani? Excuse me? What do you need? A spell that lets you see through clothes? Uh-huh. Okay. I mean, obviously, but like my mind's immediately going elsewhere. I'm like, hey, ma'am? 3 years ago, that dragon. Wow. That dragon looks so fucking cool, though, despite it causing all these issues. Oh! What a beast! Wow, what a Giga Chad Stark, let's go! Since then, because he stayed here, the dragon hasn't attacked and we've lived in peace. Ah, I see. He's the defender of dragon attacks. Nice. So if we can defeat the dragon, he'll have less of a reason to stick around here. I'm assuming he's only staying here to help the people. Oh, there he is. He uses an axe, or is that like considered like a halberd? Hey. Aisen's apprentice, they said. I was about to say, I don't even see us. Oh, he's talking about that one. Okay, I see. I thought that was like a shadow for a second, but okay. Furious. I left him without as much of a word. Yeah, I wonder what his personality is like. Like in my mind, I'm just thinking of this right now. I'm like, well, if the villagers I don't know if he's like good-natured or if he's just like, hey, I'm just trying to get by or whatever. But like, I can imagine a situation where someone will opt to protect people from the dragon in return for like money or free food or whatever the case might be. And so maybe keeping the dragon around is in his best interest, you know, to like survive and get stuff for free and all that. If that's what he's like. I don't think so, or maybe he is, but we'll find out. But that's one reason why I think he might stick around, but who knows. It's just a hobby. I want you to risk your life for my hobby. Yeah, interesting. I really wonder. Oh, yo, what the heck? Oh my god, yeah. He's like, I like doing this hobby because someone that used to like me complimented me for doing it. Aww. Interesting. So she does it to remember Himmel. That's, again, I do apologize if some of you guys don't like the pausing, but that reminds me of a memory that I have. So I relate to that so much with what she's saying. So Frieren's mentioning she likes collecting spells. It's a hobby of hers. She likes doing it, especially because she was complimented on it by Himmel in the past. And like a personal connection that I have with that is video games for me. So when I was 3 years old, my dad got me into video games. The first video game I ever played was Super Mario on the NES back in like the 90s. And my dad essentially got me into video games. Every video game that I've played, every video game that I've beat, every friend that I've made through video games, and even the fact that I am a streamer today, that I get paid, and I get paid to play video games. I get paid to share my experiences, like my reaction to gaming and my playthrough series with my community that I've built. I feel like everything that I have built up in my life through video games was always trickles back to my dad. And I play video games to remember him. He passed away when I was a freshman in high school, in my teenage years. And so, you know, like a big part of like a lot of the core memories that I have with him is playing like Super Mario Bros. Together, Super Mario World, Street Fighter, Chrono Trigger, like a lot of early SNES video games we grew up playing together, like co-op, like couch, 2-player and stuff like that. And so like the same way that Frieren collects spells as a way of like remembering that Himmel really appreciated it and complimented her, I continue to play video games in my life because not only because I like them, but also because it reminds me of my dad. So I just love that. I just love that this show is bringing up memories that have like no connection to anime or fantasy or anything like that, but it's like, oh, that reminds me of something from my past. So I just like sharing stuff like that. And I really appreciate all of you guys who left similar comments of like your shared experiences, retrospections, and, you know, just things that make us who we are at the end of the day. So, yeah. Oh. Yo, are we gonna be a 3-man team? If you can keep it busy for 30 seconds. Okay, I think Stark's a good guy. I don't think he's that bad. Do you have all right. Oh! Oh my god. Stark, I thought you were like this Giga Chad badass. Hey, you know what? Big ups on you for not running away. Sheesh. Wow. I wonder why it spared him. I don't know, maybe it's because you're wearing a red jacket? Oh, wow, these people were extremely generous. Okay, I had the wrong idea. I was like, oh, if he was a bad person, he would take advantage of their hospitality. This one's a coward. Oh my god. Oh, what was that created from? Ooh. Hold up. She's sensing something. I was gonna say, who created that, like, schism in the rock there? Was that him, or was that something else? Interesting. Oh, okay. Let's see. What do we got from him now? Okay, so he said he got the mark on his face from a shadow dragon. Damn, Fern is not impressed. Hey, he might be a coward, but at least he didn't run away, you know? Yeah, I'm wondering why the dragon isn't attacking now. It could be whimsy or... Ooh. I hope him and the dragon aren't in, like, cahoots or anything. Oh my god, what the hell is that noise? Oh, is that him, like, training? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, nice. More flashbacks. Is he a good warrior? He's the only one who ran when demons attacked his home. He was probably a child, you know, he can't defend himself. Now he's someone who can fight for another. Aww. He's a good warrior because he was trained. What? Whoa, I knew it! Is it him? Holy shit! Oh my god! Alright, this guy's goated. I love him. I had a feeling that was him. I had a feeling. Good stuff. Hey, he's like, he might be a coward now, but he's leveling up. Holy shit, bro looks crazy right now. Oh, wait, what the? Bro, that's the fastest episode in existence. I literally feel like I got robbed that episode. There was, dude, the episode flew by. I guess the first half was them traveling to the area, but I feel like the episode was just getting good when Stark showed up. When we started getting involved in, like, a potential part, like another companion on our journey. Holy smokes, I love this character. I think he's going to be a great addition. I can't wait. So if you ever want to know if you're deeply invested in something, if you ever get the reaction that I just had where the episode just ends abruptly, or you think so abruptly, not realizing that 20-something minutes has flown by, you are pretty much locked in. And I cannot believe how quickly this episode flew by. I really liked the first half. I'll say this too. I feel like I've become more of an emotional person the older I get, but I cannot believe how locked and in tune my emotions are with these characters already. Heiter and Himmel are just kind of like, if I just see them, I'm just like, no, don't do this. Like, I already know what happened to you. And I already know, like, that things are already, like, bittersweet between Frieren and Himmel. And obviously Fern and the last moment she had with Heiter. But seeing that moment at the beginning of the episode, I did not need that. I did not need that immediately, unprovoked, out of nowhere. Didn't know what to expect with the episode, but they hit me. And it's just like, he was such a selfless person. He was very funny, very entertaining, especially within his, you know, within his party of being like the corrupt priest and, you know, the person that always tried to turn a situation into like a comedic one for laughs and stuff like that from some of the flashbacks we got. But, yeah, his final moments are like solidified in my mind. Episode 2, or rather even, you know, episode 1 going into episode 2 of just his situation and everything that he did for Fern. You know, and like the memories that he had with Frieren, which I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of them with all of them individually as a group, what have you. but I cannot believe how like in tune I am with this show already. I'm only 5 episodes in. We still have like another 20 something to go. And I love that. I love that about the show. I love that I can just really just be unapologetically vulnerable with it, and really love and appreciate the message and the relatability that it gives me, despite it being an anime, despite it being like nothing that I can really relate to in the real world, but like in terms of like my experiences with gaming, experiences with some of my friends that I like, everyone has memories and moments of fonder days with people that were were the most important people in your life, and maybe still are, but might not be around anymore. You know, they might have their own lives, their own circles, or maybe they're no longer alive. And so I feel like at its core, I got a really, really nice comment a couple, like last week rather, when episode 1 went up on YouTube. I got a really nice comment that was basically kind of reflecting that, you know, this is what the show almost feels like it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about you having a moment of introspection and retrospection on your life and on mortality and on like pretty much being a thought-provoking show. You can watch it and just be along for the journey that you're seeing, but I feel like it's impossible to watch this show and see these characters and not see a part of yourself in one of them, or a moment that makes you think of something that happened that's relatable. Like with Frieren, she talked about like how she's collecting these spells because an idiot once complimented her on them. And that's how she remembers Himmel, and that's how she carries on with her hobby. That is very different from my experience, but it reminds me and it parallels my experience with my dad. Me and my dad grew up playing video games. That is how we bonded as father and son, and that's how I hope to someday bond with my children if I ever have kids. But you know, as I got older, gaming started off as like, you know, as a kid, it was like, oh, this is what I do when I'm bored. I play video games and I get lost into it. But as I got older, it became part of my life. It became a part of me sharing my excitement with the people that I, you know, became friends with. Like a lot of my friends that I made over the course of my life was through video games. Smash Brothers, Mario Kart. When I got into high school, Xbox 360, Halo, Gears, Call of Duty. You know, and even as I kind of progressed into my full-length adulthood, like my full-fledged adulthood, you know, I have streaming where I feel like I've never, like, I feel like I've been so spoiled from my position of streaming where I get so much fulfillment out of sharing my experiences with other people, sharing my playthroughs, sharing my reactions, and playing through a game with a community of people watching me versus playing it by myself in my room. Over the years, basically. And video games is always how I remember my dad. It's how I connect with my dad, even though he's, you know, he's been gone for 18 years now. But a part of me really does feel like this show does a great job at just reminding you of yourself. As much as it does remind you of, like, Frieren's journey and her story. I just love that that's what it is. And it kind of gives me a platform to really talk more personally about things that some of my community members might not even know, like about my dad. My dad passed away when I was in high school, and we grew up playing video games together, and I made friends through video games. And so I have my dad to thank for that. I have my dad to ultimately thank for pretty much getting me involved in a hobby that kind of transcended into the digital age and has miraculously become something that a lot of people can turn into their full-time job, their passion, into their career, if you will. And so that was a really personal thing that I really appreciated about the show. And with every episode, I feel like I'm always taking a moment to reflect on something of my past that I feel like I don't really talk about that much, or I haven't thought about in a really long time. So the first half of the episode was fantastic for that, for me personally. I cannot believe... So... I mentioned that this is like my first real like high fantasy anime that I'm watching. Some people in the comments of my first video also mentioned that I'm spoiling myself by doing that. They're like, damn man, you're starting off with Frieren as your high fantasy. Good luck being interested in anything else that you watch that came out before it, because it's really gonna have, like, you pretty much set yourself at a high standard. But I love how with every episode we're getting more information and details and expansion on the world. So in the last episode, we learned about like defensive spells, offensive spells, killing spells. And then in this episode, we learned that even monsters of the world can like use illusory magic to kind of mess with your perception. And I will tell you right now, you guys saw in the reaction, if I was in this world, this monster, I would have been cooked. Because at first, Frieren was like, make sure you don't get fooled. Make sure you immediately just destroy whatever you see in front of you because it's not the real thing. And I'm like, okay, we have to make sure we're on our guard. The second I see Heiter, I'm like, oh no. At first, I'm like, wait a minute. It's not the real thing. And then he starts talking about her memories. And I'm like, only she and he would know that. Is this the real deal? And so I'm falling for the illusion. It's that deeply entrenched in like its nefariousness. And so it's just really cool to just see the world and to just see the things that they're getting caught up in. And yeah, I'd be cooked. I would have been cooked right there. I would have been just like her, not be able to destroy the thing. I would have fallen for it. I would have been like, wait a minute, maybe this is actually him because only we know this conversation we had. And it was based on, you know, the opening scene of the first of this episode, I should say. So love the world building. I love the expansion that we're getting on more types of magic and more types of properties in the world. Dragons exist. That's really cool. I should have expected it, but it's cool to just see it and now know about the potential of it moving forward. We have the solar dragon, which I assume it's like a fire type. And then Stark mentioned that he has like this scar on his face from a shadow dragon. So I'm assuming we're going to learn a little bit more about that. He was like touching his scar earlier when reflecting on like what Frieren was saying to him. And so I'm assuming that there's some type of past or some type of altercation that happened in the past regarding how he got that mark. But I'm assuming we'll get to that when we get to that. But yes, the second half of the episode, I was locked the fuck in. In episode 4, I did like a quick overview of the intro. And I was pretty much expressing like, oh, like I didn't really watch the intro when I started because like a lot of it was just, I had no context. So after episode 4, I was like, or after episode 3, I was like, oh, okay, let me rewatch the intro. And it actually kind of makes a little bit more sense, or at least I know what I'm looking at. And so I saw Stark in like Stark was contrasting Ison a lot. And I thought that like we would have gotten introduced to him last episode, but they went their separate ways. So he is an apprentice of Ison. He seems like he's going to be like the frontline, like tank / warrior class character, right? He's got the giant like axe. I don't know if it's considered a battle axe or a halberd or just an axe or whatever, but he's basically running like the giant axe. And essentially he's going to be taking the aggro while the other two are dishing out spells and attacks on their, you know, on their enemies or whatever in the future. Assumingly that's how they're going to handle or deal with the dragon. They're like, hey, you need to distract the dragon while we charge up our spells. And I think that's kind of, so I think this is what's going to happen. I think Frieren is the true DPS. And then Stark is going to be the frontline tank / warrior. And then Fern is going to be the support. She's going to support him. So she's going to give him defensive spells. She's going to give him healing. And then Frieren is going to be charging up her killing spells whenever they're fighting mobs together. So I assume that that's the class order or the class style that they're going with this 3-man team. I don't know if more people join them in the future, but that's basically how I feel like they're going to be like playing things out, because Frieren has been teaching Fern defensive spells. We did see the killing spell that Frieren used last episode and against Qual, or the previous episode against Qual. And so, and the fact of the matter is, Stark is actually putting in work. He's not just sitting there with his, you know, he's not just sitting around like not figuring out what to do. And I was a little confused about the nature of this character, because when we first got introduced to him and he's sitting on the rocks and he's talking up at Frieren, there was something a little off about him personally. I was like, he's coming off very confident, like almost too confident. And then that's when my mind started wandering. I'm like, oh, maybe he's in on it. Maybe the dragon and him are buddies and the dragon is like causing all of this havoc, and then here he comes in and the dragon's not hurting him, but in the meantime he's getting treated to, you know, food and shelter and all of that because, you know, the dragon isn't attacking the village because he's here. But obviously I feel like that was very misplaced, but it was based on his high confidence initially, and then he just undoes himself immediately. He's like, oh man, I was so scared I couldn't move out of the way, and that's why the dragon ended up leaving. It wasn't because I was standing him down, it was because I was too afraid to run. And so yeah, he seems like a hopeless support, or a hopeless warrior, if you will, in the fact that obviously it's a giant dragon, he can't do it by himself, but he's also putting in work. He's training at night. I really love that about him. He kind of reminds me of Jean Arc from Ruby, for any of you guys who've seen RWBY Ruby. He kind of is giving me Jean energy, which Jean kind of came into his own over time as well. But yeah, I really, really like the effort that he's putting in. I feel like that goes further than the words that he was just saying, or like basically conveying himself. I feel like he's got a lot of heart. I feel like he has a lot of courage. I feel like he has a lot of potential, especially. And joining the party with Fern and Frieren is like a win-win situation. You know, he's not going to be alone on his journey. He's going to have some companions for himself. They're going to go on this unforgettable journey as well, and wherever it leads, I feel like they'll all be better people as a result. So ultimately, I loved the episode. I was so entranced. I cannot believe the episode just abruptly ended. I feel like I misinterpreted when like the second half happens. Usually I think the second half happens either when they give you the title of the episode, like the title split, or they give you like an update to like, okay, we're in this area. This is how many years it's been since Himmel died. We're in this part of the region now. And so I just that completely glossed over because they did that a couple of times in the episode. So I got a little confused there. But yeah, ultimately, episode 5 was great. Got a lot of really cool world building. We have a new character that's likely going to eventually join our party in the next episode. With this episode, we're just getting acquainted, breaking the ice, and then I think next episode they're going to form a team. I also think how the episode ended, right? Fern was the one of the two that was like, yeah, we don't need this guy. He's a coward. He doesn't seem like he's up for the task. Let's get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, she was pretty much talking down to him. And so I feel like now that she sees that he's training, that fissure was created by him and his work, I feel like she's going to have some like newfound respect for him, and both of them will be able to kind of coordinate and work a lot better, especially if they have to work as a team to take down the dragon. So their synergy is going to be put to the task as well. So I'm assuming everything is going to work out together, but ultimately loved the episode. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed my reactions, my thoughts, my commentary along the way. Frieren is really fun and exciting show for me to watch. I am eager to continue watching this throughout the rest of season 1. Big thank you to those of you who are also watching these early access on Patreon, but also on YouTube. Appreciate the comments, appreciate the feedback and the support for all the videos that will be coming out after this one. Episode 2 goes up tomorrow at the time of recording. So after today, I'm going to be watching a bunch of episodes over the weekend. So I hope you guys look forward to the reactions that are to come. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.